and welcome to my class today. I'm Emily Whiteley. Thank you all for coming. So today we're going to be learning about using mentor text in the classroom, using a show, don't tell method. So hopefully after today's class you're going to be able to recognize the learning theories that underpin using mentor text, and that you're going to be able to recognize that mentor text can help you fulfill the Common Core state standards. And finally, we're going to analyze a mentor text to look at style and writing techniques so that you'll become more familiar with using this in your own classroom. So first, what is a mentor text? A mentor text is a sample of writing that exemplifies what we want our students to emulate. And it is not limited to genre or to topic, so it could be used in any content area with any grade level. So you could teach in history and science, at the college level, at the elementary school level. It's really up to you. But how do you do this? So first you want to find a text that exemplifies what you're wanting to teach. Students then analyze this text and pay particular attention to word choice, style, purpose, and sentence structure. They then apply the topics they've learned to their own writing. And this can be formal, like in an essay, or an informal writing assignment, like journaling in class. So these texts benefit students in a variety of ways. They help students read more carefully and analyze what they're reading. They also enhance students' understanding of writing and the mastery of that topic. And they also allow students to experiment with styles that they might not be as familiar with, gaining expertise from other writers. So while mentor texts are a great way to teach students, and also kind of fun for teachers as well, they're underpinned by education theories, so it's not just something fun, but there's a purpose to it. So cognitive process theory, this emphasizes that student is emphasized through mentor text idea, that students are contemplating audience, purpose, and genre. So purpose would be, so why is the author writing this? What purpose is it? To entertain, to instruct? Genre would be, is it a narrative? Is it an expository essay? And then audience, why were they writing to this particular set of people? Can you tell through how they were writing it? Then you have sociocultural theory. And this idea, it connects to the mentor text by Vygotsky's idea of the more knowledgeable other. So in a mentor text, the more knowledgeable other is the author of that text, helping students understand from a more knowledgeable source what they should do to improve their writing. And ecological theory. This idea is that the individuals and the environment that a student is in affects their development. And so we see this through writing as being reliant upon social interactions with others. And that's seen through Vygotsky's theory as well. So the theories all kind of coalesce into this idea of mentor text. So while most of the time people think of mentor texts as print sources, you can also use closed caption media. In their article entitled Using Caption Media as Mentor Expository Text, Strassman, McDonald, and Wenko observe that because it has been shown that students' comprehension of caption media is better than their comprehension of print alone, the use of caption media as mentor text is promising for today's classroom. So this really helps engage students on a level that they're comfortable with using media, but at the same time instructing them on how to improve their writing. Where do you get started, though, for selecting a mentor text? One of the ways you can do that is to look at the Common Core state standards. These are very specific about what they want students to be learning at the end of a given year, and they can help guide us in choosing certain things to emphasize in these mentor texts. For example, this 7th grade writing standard wants students to be able to include relevant facts, definitions, concrete details, use of appropriate transitions, and precise language to write an informative or explanatory text. And today, in the video that we're going to be watching, we're going to be looking at those very things. The next thing you want to do is to select a video. And this could be a YouTube video, it could be an excerpt from a documentary. Strassman and McDonald and Wenko recommend using PBS. Whichever you choose, make sure it's captioned, and make sure it's on the shorter side, because you're going to be watching it several times. when you're looking for closed caption videos, you can use the automatic captioning option on YouTube. However, there isn't any punctuation or capitalization on there, so you might want to bring that up to students. Or some YouTube videos allow other users to go in and add captions to the text or to the video. You're then going to want to make sure that you provide a transcript to the students to annotate after they've watched this. And YouTube also has a great resource of getting transcripts for the videos, but you need to be wary of some spelling and punctuation and capitalization issues. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to actually watch a video about how ketchup is made and notice how the author is using transition phrases, specific words, and concrete details to get the point across. Okay, now that we've watched the video, I'm going to have you annotate the transcript. So I've passed out the transcript. It's a little bit shorter than the actual video just because of timing on this video. But what you're going to do first is you're going to circle all the transition words in green. And these are words that help you move from one thought to another, that show time, okay? And then you're going to underline the specific nouns, and adjectives, and verbs in red, okay? Those can be common or proper, but they need to be specific. And then finally, you're going to box the explanations in blue. That's going to be things that answer the question of why they were telling you something, or why they did it in a particular way. Okay, now that you've all annotated your papers, very nice, we're going to analyze it. So what did you notice from your annotation? What were some things you took away from? Kelly, what did you notice?
There are lots of everything.
Okay, lots of everything. Can you be more specific?
Lots of specific words, lots of explanatory phrases, lots of time transitions,
So,
lots of everything.
did that improve the writing or distract from it?
It gives you more information. I think that helps you learn better about the subject, which makes it better writing.
In a concise amount.
Yeah.
Right. Did it help you follow the writing better? The transition words, things like that? Okay, what do you think the author's purpose was in this particular passage? To educate. You can if you want. So, to educate, okay. And who do you think the intended audience was?
Consumers.
Consumers? Okay, not
General and educated public.
okay, not ketchup factory workers.
Right.
Yeah.
How could you tell?
It's just the use of certain terms like tomatoey taste and
It's
the fact that they explain what agave nectar is. You know, there's certain things like that where it shows they're not going for the educated audience that already knows everything that they're talking about. They're going for people who may not.
Have
You
to
know,
know the basics.
yeah.
People who don't know the basics of how you make ketchup.
Exactly, because if you were speaking to ketchup factory workers, that you wouldn't have to list off all the ingredients; they'd know it already and explain all of the different systems.
And you're not talking to home cooks because you're not asking anyone to reproduce the recipe. You're not giving specific amounts of things.
Exactly. Very good. All right, so mentor texts are a great way to help students, as you can see, analyze the structure of a text. From here, you could teach them how to have them integrate these ideas into a journal assignment or a first draft of maybe a how-to expository essay. Because of time constraints, we're not going to do that today, but you would have the foundation here where they could take away those transition words and use them in their own writing and see how it helped them follow a specific method. While mentor texts are really great teaching tools, there are a couple potential concerns. One of them is that students might lose their own unique style. However, familiarity with a wide variety of writing styles will allow students to kind of pick and choose, creating an individual whole that's unique to them. Another concern is plagiarism, and this plagues the English classroom quite a bit. But one of the biggest things to avoid this is to make sure your students thoroughly understand what this is and why it's important to not plagiarize. However, Kelly Gallagher, a high school English teacher, makes a defining line in his classroom that there is approved plagiarism when they use mentor texts because it's a practice technique, that this is not normally used for more formal writing, but that it's approved in certain settings like the practice mentor text in the classroom. For some teachers, this may be too much of a gray area for their students, so it's really up to you. If you don't want to do approved plagiarism, you can always encourage students to focus on sentence structure and how the author used that, but then select a topic completely removed from the authors and just copy sentence structure, not any content. With that, I hope today you've learned that mentor texts are supported by many education theories, that they can be used to fulfill the Common Core state standards, and that they can be both media and print sources. But most of all, I hope you've seen that how they can enhance students' writing in a variety of ways, genres, and styles. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.